Hi, guys. We are back for the end of The Traitor Queen by Danielle L. Jensen. Before we spoil literally everything that was in this book and also the book before this, because if you're just falling into this, this is the second book in the Bridge Kingdom series, and I'm going to just say they're fantastic. So if you haven't read any of them, immediately turn this off. Do not listen to another word that we have to say. Go read the books yourselves. Right off the bat, I want to just say I absolutely loved this book. I think, no, I will take that back. More than the first book. I loved this book more than the first book. Together, the whole duology, amazing. I cannot wait to read the next book. Other thoughts? Feel free to disagree with me.
No, I agree.
So good.
Elena?
No, I was convinced I wasn't gonna like the ending if like she ended up being Queen of Ithacana again, because so many people died because of what she did. Like this entire series, I've been like, there's no coming back from that letter. And the shark thing was kind of a good workaround. I
The shark thing.
begrudgingly say okay.
Yeah.
The shark's approved.
If you're
Like,
still listening to this and I said no spoilers, I don't know what to do with that.
Still kind of like a minor.
They
like,
should
minor
know by
spoiler.
now that we're gonna talk about everything in the book.
You're right. We're talking about everything. I'm just going to put an asterisk in the description.
Or can you like put a little soundbite right after you say there aren't going to be any spoilers that say pause. There were immediately spoilers.
The only thing
And
that I'm
by who?
cutting, because you're still listening to this, the only thing that I'm cutting is there was a part where I said no spoilers and I cut that. And you guys, Elena's right. You should know better. She is not capable of talking in a non-spoiler way. I don't know why I even attempted. Let's go straight to the very end of the book, because I feel like that is the thing that we most have to talk about. How did we feel about the shark loophole? The shark hole? The loop shark? I don't know yet. How did we feel about it? Elena, you liked it?
I thought it was cute. I thought it was a good workaround, but I almost wish she had played a little bit more into the supernatural, because I think like we at first thought the storms were like, oh, maybe there's magic, like that probably like they bring on the storms, and then there wasn't. Like maybe they used magic to build the bridge, which like fine if there's not magic, but I almost wish they had played up like a supernatural belief more, for like, oh, the storms came in and saved them at the last minute, like. And that's why people had to retreat, because the storms came to save them. Like the storms are such an integral part to Ithaca in life, and I like just wish. I think it would have been more impactful for me if that had been emphasized a little bit. Like, oh, the people say the storms like protect. Like, I didn't need that much, but like, the same with the sharks. Like, oh, people say like the sharks know the real king and queen of whoever, like whatever. Like a little bit of myth.
Yeah. What about you, Jamie? How'd you feel about shark loop shark?
Oh, I loved it. I ate it up. I didn't mind that there wasn't any fantasy in it. Although I think we were looking for some type of explanation for the bridge. Something more than just like, it just appeared.
Surprise!
Yeah. I'll never be able to fully get it out of my brain, like how superhuman the bridge is. And there are 4 more books, so I'm not entirely set that there isn't some sort of weird thing happening. And I will say, as like the storm was rolling in at the end, I was like, are we gonna do an end of book 2? Oh my god, there's magic! And I'm glad that we didn't, but it was in the back of my mind. I was like, all of a sudden is Laura just gonna like jump onto the ship and like all of a sudden have like superhuman like air powers or
Lightning
something?
power.
Yeah, just like, I don't know. But no, they didn't. And I agree with you, Jamie. I didn't miss it. Like I kept looking for it, but I think it's just because we mostly read books with magic systems. So I was surprised when there wasn't one, but I didn't miss it. But I also agree with you, Elena, that there was a moment where Aaron is like, let me tell you about why we feed are traitors to the sharks. And I was like, this is very convenient. Almost too convenient, but I don't care. And I felt like the sharks were such a like woven in part of the story. Like I feel like I wouldn't have been able to get over it if the sharks just all of a sudden had become a thing. And I did also notice when she was in the water that it was like, how are the sharks not eating her? There's almost no explanation for it other than like some like cool shark god thing, which I do really like. Like I really enjoy that the people of Ithacana saw her do this really badass thing. Like she saved their lives and then the sharks deemed her worthy. I'm just like, you know what? Fine. And I think the other half of it for me too is that there was no part of it that was like, the people of Ithacana have totally forgiven you. You're good. Like, let's go be queen. It was like, they're using that as like a sign from like Ithacana, like that is the power of Ithacana. And it's a building block. So I'm hoping that in the next books, we're going to see her continue to grow into the queen that they all want her to be.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, it's a sign from Ithacana, like, that to give her a chance. So I just wish that there had been more throughout the duology about like kind of a personification of Ithacana, like in some way or another, which like wasn't really there up until the sharks magically let her live. Which, and honestly, like I also ate it up. I was like, okay, fine. Like the one that really got me was the storms that chased the Maradrinas away, where it's like, oh, convenient storm, edge of storm season. Oh no.
But like we even said from the very beginning of the first book that the storms did seem like this otherworldly power. So I mean, like I do think that like the Tempest Sea and Storm Season and everything did almost have like a personification in and of itself. I do think that it was very convenient with the sharks in the storm at the end. But who cared? Like this book was so good. Oh my God. And I just like I said with the sharks, like they were woven in. Like even the zip lining was woven in, like how she got onto the ship and just like her being afraid of the deep water and not being a good swimmer and being bad at being in boats and just like time and time again from the beginning of book one to the end of this book. It just like it all was so cohesive and made so much sense. And I loved it so much. Fine, Elena, what do you want to say?
You're probably gonna have to cut this, but the ziplining made me think
Warning.
of it. Did her fighting her dad give a little bit of what's her name fighting the king? Oh, she's so injured. How is she gonna like? He's such a good swordsman.
No. And I'm gonna decide if that was too spoilery or not. Jamie, what do you think?
Definitely too spoily.
Okay.
I did not think of them in that scene. I think
Yeah.
because that was just so, it was an intense scene. I was like, oh, I hope she makes it. I'm glad that, I like, even him showing up, I wasn't expecting that. I thought he would be still in, Maradrina and doing his thing behind the scenes. So
Yeah,
it was
so
surprising that he was there.
in a slightly spoilery way, which I have deleted, Elena is asking if did we find it too convenient that Laura was able to kill her dad? Is that what you're asking?
No, because like I do think I believe it more than what I've referenced before. Like I think it's more believable because she has been so well trained, and also like the fact she sacrifices herself in doing it. I was just saying it gave me those vibes because she was so injured, and she was like, "But I'm gonna defeat this person who is not injured at all." Anyway,
But I think it helped because he underestimated her because of her injury. It's just so she played into that.
Yeah.
And it helped her defeat him.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, she used his hubris against him.
Yes, exactly. I didn't realize that he was also equally kind of like, trained and well in swordsmanship.
Yeah. He does swords good. Yeah. Yeah. No,
You get what I mean?
it did make me really nervous for
Yeah.
her. And I did have an immediate thought, Elena, where I was like, was that too easy? And I also landed on no because she used his like personal flaws against him. And I felt like she was really hurt from that. And we've just seen time and time again how like badass she is and how like much she can tolerate pain, even from like the her stitching up her leg in the earlier scene. Like, so I think she overcame a lot. Like, she did almost die multiple times at the end of this
Yes.
book. That being
I'm just
said, were any of you worried, like actually worried that she wasn't going to live?
Yes, I was
Yeah.
worried.
I think there
Yeah.
was a second. Like when she's in the grate and dying, I was like, maybe that's how they get around. She never gets accepted by Ithacana. She just dies in this moment. But also, like, you guys had finished before me and we're like, oh my god, I love this book. I was like, no, she dies, and they rated this. Like, in my head, that's what I really did it. I was like, is there any chance they rated this book a 5 if she died? And I had to land on no. I was like, maybe there's a chance, just like for pure audacity of an author killing off the main character at the end. But I still don't think so. Like, would you have said it was a 5 if she had died?
I was just trying to remember in a totally non-spoilery way. Have we ever read a book together where one of the main characters dies at the end? Like, no. Like, we've never read a book where it's not an HEA, I don't think.
I don't think so.
I mean, I guess that is a spoiler. Now you can look through all of our books.
I'm really trying to think.
I
feel like
a
there's-
main POV character.
There has to be one, right?
I feel like, do I have to cut this? We're having a really bad night for spoilers.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna cut that. So I'm
I
gonna
don't know
say,
if I've read any book that the main character dies at the end.
oh, that's not the case for me. How do I re-say that? Yes, because I think that's fair, because I don't think that I would deal well with a main character dying at the end. So I'm sorry that we kind of ruined that for you, but at the same time, you're welcome because you didn't have to worry. But I will say, not for a single second was I worried about her. And I got like little tears in the back of my eyes with all of their
I
like
did too.
very cute moments. Like, I loved their cute moments, but I was not worried about her for a single millisecond. Like, I did have one thought in the back of my mind where I was like, this author does does not pull punches. But then I didn't see a world in which like Laura died. I was like, what are the next 4 books about? Like Erin being morose and like not wanting to do anything and going out and living in the middle of the jungle? Like, no. She's not dying. So
Erin
I
moving
didn't actually
on.
cry. No, Erin's not gonna move on. He just said it through the portcullis. Elena. There was no other woman for him. It was beautiful. I loved the whole
It was
ending,
really
but
beautiful.
I did not cry because I wasn't worried and was mostly just like, you guys are so dumb and I'm so glad that you're back together.
It was more of like in the moment where I teared up, where she was giving up. Not like, and like was ready to like move on and like holding his face and just telling him that she loves him. That got me.
The thing that got me the most was like right after that was when he was like, you have to fight. And she like found it inside of herself to like persevere through the pain and persevere like through the fear and like dove down in the water and was like, I can only do this because he's with me. I was like, you're so beautiful. When they were all telling him to let her go, I was like, Jor, you shut your mouth.
Also, Jordan and Anna have come around.
Yeah.
They have even Leah.
You know who also came around? Taryn.
Taryn.
Did she?
Guys. I mean, she's not dead.
Back from the dead.
Oh, I thought you meant came around on Lara. I was like, she's kind of
No, she's
sad.
the one that says that.
That was a wild. I laughed out loud when it was like, and then there was Taryn. I was like, you guys have made me second guess myself and all the times that I keep thinking people are alive. And no, no longer. If somebody dies off screen in a lackluster way, they're alive. They are
You were
alive.
convincing me. Like, I brought it up in the previous episode. Be like, what about maybe Taryn comes back? And you're like, no, she did.
I do
Yeah,
think
no,
you're on the no, she didn't, she's dead train, Brooke.
no, I was. And that's what I'm saying. Is like in book one, after it was just like, oh, and also Taryn died, I was like, no way. No, she's alive. She's for sure alive. That was so lackluster. But then, we got to the last episode and I'm like, well, she hasn't popped back up. Like someone would know that she was alive. So I was at peace with it. I was like, okay, this is just how this author writes. I'm learning. But no, she's not going to pull the wool over my eyes again. Mm-mm.
Know who else didn't show up?
Who?
Her sisters in the fight.
They didn't.
So
No.
Bronwyn lives through the end.
Yep. But I loved in Serena's bonus chapter, I loved that we got the look into that they're going to play a role in the next books. So I'm simultaneously worried for them again and also very excited to see more
What are they doing
of
in the
them.
next book? I didn't get the audiobook doesn't have the bonus chapter.
Oh, all right. Well,
Oh,
if you
man.
haven't read Serena's bonus chapter, fast forward 5 minutes. Fast forward 5 minutes, just briefly. I'm just gonna break it down real quick. The TLDR on Serena's bonus chapter is basically Karis is doing some shit, and Serena does not want to live her quiet life in the mountains. So Serena and her little family of three and Bronn are going back to Valencia. Valencia? The capital city of
Yeah, it's
Meridrina.
Valencia.
And they're gonna go figure out what's going on with Karis and so Seren is still alive, the magpie. So I think the idea is just that there are things that are not tied up, and two people came to try to kill Serena that were sent by Seren. So I think that they're gonna go figure out what's going on. But it was really heavily implied that something has happened with Karis and Velkata. And at the end of the chapter, Serena gets a letter and is like, what was the actual line? She was like, Karis is going to basically start World War III. Oh, it's my brother is going to set the world on fire. I was like,
Why?
what has he done?
Yeah, we don't know.
Well, I'm assuming something happened to Zara.
Well,
Is
and
that
that's
the
the
implication?
thing. So, speaking from just what happened in the main book, if you don't want the Serena chapter ruined for you, this is a safe space now. It seems like we don't really know what happened in Southwatch because when they got there, there just weren't people to fight. That's what we heard. So the idea was, did Karis make it so that Zara wouldn't have anyone to fight, so then she wouldn't be a
Traitor.
traitor and then be killed? Or was it something else? And I'm getting the feeling that it's something else. And has Karis betrayed Zara? So, is that what we're going to have to read about for them? And this is just, I'm wondering if somehow Karis has made it so that Zara is going to marry him. Has he claimed her somehow as his wife? Is he forcing her into a marriage? And then that is how their thing starts? I don't know.
That would be crazy.
I feel like he's playing some kind of long game
Oh, for sure.
that includes him and Zara together. Because he wants peace between these, their two nations.
That's what he says.
I believe it.
I do too. I really like him. But I
Yeah.
wouldn't be surprised if Karis needs to make poor decisions now and into his first book before he starts making good decisions. I'm saying all of this too, and I'm realizing that we thought at the end of this book it would tell us what the next books were about, and I still don't know for sure.
Oh, do you want me to tell you?
Yeah, I think
feel-
it's safe now. Like, who is the next book about?
It's Karis and Zara. Well, I don't know if it's
Okay,
Zara, but it's definitely Karis.
It was
that's
definitely
what I was
heavily
hoping.
implied. So
Well,
on the
I'm still
cover is
thinking,
Zara, and
So
then
then, yeah, it's Karis and
the
Zara.
title is The Inadequate Hair, which is in reference to
Yeah.
Karis.
to Karis. Yeah. Okay, good. Because I am still hoping that Anna is like the other POV person with maybe the Prince of Harendelle. And I felt like Karis's story was really coming to a head now. So I was like, I'm hoping that he is our next POV person.
Oh, actually, I don't know if it is Karis. I guess the description just says Zara.
Okay.
And
So it's
the
at least
Valiant
Zara.
Prince, is that definitely Karis?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh,
he's
the
the
Valiant
only
Prince.
heir. So
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it doesn't mention Karis by name, but I think that's the implication.
we know it's him.
I don't know anything about book 3 other than what we just discussed. So I don't know if we get any POV chapters from anyone else, but I am still hoping that we'll at least get like letters or like, oh, Aaron and Laura are doing this, or, you know, just like other,
Yeah.
like the other characters will be in there, like Serena and Bron and
And I
everyone.
I
wonder,
want to get the Karis Lara like reunion, like the full reunion where they like get to
Oh.
know each other.
I have a feeling that might happen still.
They're not all that far away from each other. Like they're days journey. And I mean like so storm season is rolling in. So there would be like that gap, but maybe we fast forward to like after storm season, so like 2 months later and then we're all like having meetings in war rooms about like what to do.
Yeah, that's what I was curious about. When will the next book happen? In terms of like the timeline in the story. Like is it gonna be happen like right after they're, gets reunited with Aaron and then like, she kills her father? Or is it gonna be like maybe months before or something where we get to see like, behind the scenes what they were doing?
Yeah, well, I think that goes back to what we were talking about in the last episode, which is like, will we go back in time to see how Zara and Karis started, or will we get that in flashbacks, but we start sort of in present day or a little further in the future?
Yeah. I wonder if she's in on it too. Like whatever plan Karis has if she's in on it, because I still remember her saying that she would trust him with her life. And that's a very big statement to say to someone
Yes,
who's supposed to be your enemy, who you
but
don't love.
since these are books and being seasoned romantasy readers, I ask myself, what is the conflict? Because it can't just be like Zara and Karis love each other, but they just can't be together. That's boring. Like, we need 2 books worth of content to get them to the end. Like, if these 2 books have told me anything, it's that this author is fantastic at creating like long lasting and believable tension. So I'm wondering if it's more like, did Karis betray her in this moment with whatever? And she's like, dude, what the fuck? Like, we had a plan. And then maybe she like does her own thing and they're basically like going back and forth and like trying to undermine each other. And it's just like a, enemies to lovers. Yeah.
I still
Or,
want that forbidden love aspect because
yeah.
that we haven't really explored that.
Oh, that's not going away. Like, but I just feel like there has to be more. I feel like there, like,
Yeah.
just the forbidden love of we can't be together wouldn't be enough for 2 books
Yeah.
for me.
There's also like the Empress of Valcata. She's
Yeah,
definitely a
Auntie does
conflict.
not approve.
Mm-mm. Definitely not.
Well, I'm pumped. Does anyone have a theory about what Karis was up to other than what we've said?
No clue.
just
No
gonna
clue.
go in. Since we're talking about book three, I will note right now before we get to the end of the episode, because we've got other things we need to go back and talk about. We're going to have a quick break before we do book three, but we hope you will stick around and do book three with us. It won't be long. We're just reading one more book in between, and we're trying to stretch it out so that we read book five right before book six comes out in April. So that's why this is a little bit longer. So if you're reading this along with us in real time, it'll be worth it. I promise. Just stick with us. Anyway, any other thoughts about book three or what's coming after? Okay. I need to talk about Aaron. I need to get you guys' opinions because our guy, he didn't have some great looks in this last section. Like, we've got some things we need to discuss, and I want to know your thoughts on the hit it and quit it moment.
That
Like,
was
how'd we feel? I will go first if you want me to, but
I
please.
was literally walking Winnie, and it was, oh, he left, and I went, I literally think out loud on this like random walk in my neighborhood, I went, ooh,
Yikes.
a choice, sir.
Yeah. Same. Um, it. I wish there was like another moment where it was like genuine between them. Like another spicy scene
Mm.
after everything.
Like, that's what you wanted the bonus chapter to be?
That would have been a bonus. Although Sarhina that was a nice POV chapter too, and knowing that like her and her baby was doing so well, and that Braun was living with them, and Braun is so fun. I hope we get more of her too.
Yeah.
Sorry, I know we were done talking about book three, but
Yeah.
No. I'm really excited to see more of Serena Braun and Athena. We got more of Athena,
Yeah.
so she's more of a character in my mind now. And Serena's husband seems super cute, like them doing their sign language together and just like getting little glimpses into their moments that led them to be who they are. Love it. Can't wait. You're talking about other people other than Aaron because none of us want to talk about the elephant in the room, which is them
What do
having
you
sex and then
mean?
him walking out and leaving.
What a choice on his part.
I'm
He,
gonna
no, I can't even defend it. Like,
I'm gonna put myself out there and I will defend it. And it's
poor
fine
him.
because sometimes I have to take this role and I volunteer as tribute.
go on.
It wasn't great. I didn't love what he did, but I feel like he didn't have another choice. And here's my defense of Aaron is like, no, yeah, right away, go
He could have
Elena.
not hooked up with her in the first place.
Yes, that is really the thing. And like he had a moment of weakness for sure. Should not have hooked up with her. But at the very least, I feel like I give him a little more credit because it wasn't like they just like did it and then like she woke up the next morning and he was just gone. He did have at least that like 5 to 8 minute conversation with her in which he was like, we can't do this. Like he at least was like, that was a mistake. I can't be with you. Like, okay, bye. And then I feel like he had to leave without telling her because she wouldn't have taken that as an answer. Like he knew
Yeah.
she would like stow away or whatnot. So he did it partly because it was like, I literally can't have you come with me. Like this is when we have our clean break. Like I have to choose my people over you, but also to protect her. Like she was super hurt and he didn't want her to go with him. Not the best. He definitely could have made a better choice to not hook up with her before going, but I feel
He
like
could have
with
left
all
a
of their
note.
yes, yes, for sure. They at least left her like food, water, medicine, and supplies, which was nice. They were just like, she's got everything she needs. She'll be okay. And I think when it really comes down to it is like he made it clear to her, like there was never a moment where she was like, oh, he doesn't love me. Like I feel like he did a good job, at least, of making it very clear. I'm not doing this because there's anything wrong with you, because I don't want to be with you. I'm doing this because I legitimately have to. And she even understood the reasoning. She was just upset because she wanted to go fight. So I think all in all, I feel like I understand the decisions he made, and I'm okay with it.
I
Also
I
agree.
feel
because
like he
Laura's
could
okay
have
with
put it
it.
in a note.
It
Notes
also
are
added to
dangerous
her
in these books.
character. Yeah, no more notes, right?
Don't
No
put
more,
things on paper.
no more letters. No, but it added to her character too, that she was gonna go and fight for Ithacanna no matter what, even though she was injured.
And not wanted.
Yeah, it did perfectly set up the plot at the end, which I think is really the point, is that she needed to come in on her own and save them all, which honestly was perfect. Like, I was so worried for, I would say, like the last book and a half about like how they could possibly make this feel good. And other than like the slightly convenient Storm and Shark, I do feel like everything she did made perfect sense, was amazing. Like, she time and time again put herself in harm's way for these people.
Mm-hmm.
Unrelatedly, did not see myself empathizing with Asher and him being a not awful person by the end. Like, I really thought he was gonna like be a mini villain. I was like, oh, this is his moment to be a villain. And then he wasn't, and it was just kind of sad, and I kind of just felt bad for him.
Yeah, when everyone was like confessing about like
Yeah,
or like what her action has led to.
yeah,
That was hard. That was hard to read. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, reading that, I was like, yeah, remember back to book one where we were talking about if this letter gets to her dad, so many people will die, and how will she ever? And I was like, yep,
Yeah.
this is that.
Hmm.
But I appreciate that this author doesn't pull those punches. Like, she puts it right in the reader's face too. It's like, this happened. Like, people died. I didn't really feel bad for Aster, and maybe that makes me an awful person, but literally as he was like, I don't know if I'll ever see my wife and my children again. I was like, dude, you were cheating on her. Long term, like long term cheating. Like that. You didn't just like oops, fall down.
Oh, you're
Like,
right. Yeah, Master.
it's like maybe they're better
Yeah,
off without you.
I didn't feel bad about him not seeing his wife and children. I felt bad about him being like, oh, was it his son? Someone died. His nephew,
Yeah.
his daughter, someone.
Someone died. A
And I
lot
was
of
like,
people
oh,
died.
that is sad.
Yeah.
Um, yeah.
It was hard. Yeah.
I
Um,
will say this author kind of does pull punches. Not a single important person died in the end. Like for it was kind of a giant battle and no one died, which is always
Well, the
that is
king died.
fair.
You mean like?
like Jor.
Oh, yeah.
Like I'm happy Jor didn't die, but someone could have died.
I don't disagree with you, Elena. I think the reason why it doesn't bother me as much is because there are four more books. So I feel like there's plenty of time for some of these people to die. And like I think I mentioned in the last episode, like I think that Jor will continue to be like, a voice for Anna and like the other.
Mhm.
And I just think that I see the writing on the wall where these characters will die before like the series is over. Not all of them, obviously, but probably some of them. Did we talk enough about how badass Laura is and how much
She is
like how
badass. I'm
yeah,
so impressed.
like her running up Snake Island and just like jumping off the pier and then doing it again to find the boat to get to them and just like time and again. So impressive.
Yeah.
She was a very believably impressive main female character.
Yeah. She had things that she was afraid of. She wasn't perfect by any stretch of the
Mhm.
imagination. But yeah, just like so capable, and it was really cool to watch everything that she did in this book.
Yeah. And I feel like Zara will also be cool.
Yeah. Honestly, for like two characters that we don't know a lot about, I'm really like, I already feel like there's no way we won't love them. And I'm interested to see like where their strengths lie.
Mm-hmm.
I'm guessing like badass staff wielder and political mastermind, which I'm very excited about. Anything else? Is that it?
I think so.
The Traitor Queen by Danielle L. Jensen. Thank you guys so much for joining us for this one, and I hope that you will continue to read this series with us. Next up is The Inadequate Heir. So we will see you for that in just about a month. So keep checking back. We'll post a schedule for that, and then we'll come back and read that book. But thank you so much for reading this one with us, and we will see you for the next one. Bye, guys.